doing the nutrition analysis. This is where you're going to use the 2 days of food tracking that you did. We should have 1 weekday and 1 weekend day recorded. So when we tried to do this in the computer lab, it took a really, really long time, and on the tracker that we use, when a lot of people log in at the same time, it freezes up. So we would waste a lot of time going to the computer lab. I should be able to walk you through it on here. This video will be on Blackboard, so you can look at it whenever you need to. Alright, so this is our Blackboard screen. This is your assignment page. The assignment that you're going to click on is the nutrition analysis down here at the bottom. I'm looking right now. I'm going to click that. It'll open up into Word. I'll open it, type my answers in, or write them in. I'm not really too fussy with how you answer the questions. I just want you to follow the directions for the most part to answer the questions. To do this, we are going to use the USDA Super Tracker. And I'll show you where that is. We open up a tab here, or just open up whichever browser you prefer. I'm just going to type in the search box, USDA Super Tracker. The first hit here is the USDA Super Tracker, Department of Agriculture, da-da-da. We're going to click on that. Okay, so we see here our choosemyplate.gov logo, and this is where we're going to enter the food that we recorded into a database and create a nutritional report for what we ate. If you don't already have one, you need to create a profile. This is free. It won't ask you for money or anything. You create profile, go over here, type in your name, your age, gender, and that's what helps it determine how many calories you can eat during the day. Your level of activity, we have everything from less than 30 minutes moderate activity a day to more than 60 for the more active people in class. Then your height, feet in inches, weight in pounds, and then you put your username here, password, enter a hint for your password, all the normal stuff, and then your email address. Submit here, and then you should be logged in. I am going to actually back out of here and just go to login, because I have an account from when I took this class, I think it was in May of this year. Type in my username and my password. Okay, so what comes up basically is your home screen. Eventually. Bear with me a moment. Okay, this is what we should see. Alright, this is your dashboard. Now what we're going to do is go down to the food tracker here, click on it, and for whatever day you made the log, enter that date. So say that mine was for the 18th. I'll enter the 18th here, go back there, and look, 000. So what I'm going to do is start entering the food in my log. Usually in the morning I have bagel or cereal. So let me see, what's a fun cereal? I'll put in Frosted Flakes. They're great. So we put that in. I have 2 results here, Frosted Flakes cereal and multi-meal Frosted Flakes. So I know that I just had the regular Frosted Flakes. I click on that. And it asks me for an amount. And this is where monitoring your serving sizes or portion sizes comes in handy. I know that usually I have a pretty small bowl. So I'm going to put a cup. That's about a normal serving, if it's not 3/4 of a cup, somewhere in there. And then I'm going to click on breakfast, because that's when I had it. I'm going to click add to put that onto my tally for the day. So normally with cereal we have some milk, right? I drink soy milk, so I'm just going to put soy milk in there. And it may not have every single thing that you're looking for, but you can make some substitutions based on what you know. Let's see. Comes up with a lot of options. Not a mocha, not a candy bar. Okay, soy milk beverage here. Now mine is a vanilla one. It's not plain, it's not chocolate, but they're going to be pretty close in calorie counts. I know it's not non-fat either. I'm going to pick the regular soy milk here, click on it, and I'm going to go ahead with 1 cup. that is what I had, and click breakfast again. Go ahead and add that to my tally for that day. All right, up to 258 calories based on the questions I answered in when I started the profile. I am allowed 2,200 calories a day. I'm fairly active, but it kind of tells me here how many grains I'm eating, how many veggies, fruits, and dairy. That's really important. So let's see. For lunch, I had a garden burger. Let's see if that's in here. Oh, there we go. Vegetarian or soy burger. They both look like they're about the same. I'll just pick one. One patty for lunch. Add. Now, say that I ate like a garden burger, Griller's Prime, vegan burger or something. I can't really be that specific with this. So even though you may eat something that's very, very, very specific, you kind of have to make some substitutions. I had that on a wheat bun, so I'm going to put hamburger bun, and I'm going to spell it right. Wheat. Let's see if we come up with anything. Oh, here we go. Hamburger bun, wheat or cracked wheat. That's probably pretty darn close to what I had. We'll pick that. I'm going to choose one. I had one bun. I would say it was medium. It wasn't like a restaurant serving one, like a big, big bun, but it wasn't a little tiny one either. So we'll go for medium roll. And I'm going to put that with my lunch. All right, let's think about snacks. Some people eat, for snacks, granola bars, yogurt, apples, bananas. So put in whatever it is that you had. I'm going to put string cheese. I carry some of those with me at school. Let's see. String cheese, low sodium, fat-free. Nope, it was a low fat, so I'm going to click on that. I'm going to add that to snack. And got one, it says slice, but we know it's going to be a stick. So look at what they give you when you type stuff in. Sometimes you may have to just like tweak your search a little bit. Say that I had a blueberry muffin. And say it was one from Starbucks. Those are pretty big muffins, right? Well, if I'm going to pick something on here, and in my head I know that those muffins at Starbucks are usually 2 to 3 servings. Normal muffin is actually really, really small compared to what we see most of the time. So I'm going to come in here and say, okay, medium, miniature, small, individual, large. Now, if it's a Starbucks muffin, it's going to be large. No line there, right? And I'm going to put that as a snack. So try to be pretty specific with your search. Pay attention to the quantities. And go ahead and enter the food for your 2 days. Remember to put the date of which you ate the food. That will come in handy when we look at our reports. So I'm going to just go back to my home screen here, food tracker. See if we get our dashboard back. Well, no, because I'm clicking on the wrong thing. I'm going to go to home. All right, we're right back at our dashboard. So after I'm done entering the information for both of the days on my food log, I'm going to come up here to my reports. And you see we have quite a few options here. But for this project, we're interested in the nutrients report. So click on that. And then you enter the date, one of the dates from your food log. I'm going to enter 10/18. That was the day I just added some stuff on. And then I'm going to enter 10/18 for the end date as well, because I'm only looking for one date's worth of stuff here. All right. When you have your date entered in both fields, click Create Report. And let it think for a moment. All right, here's my nutrient report for October 18th. We'll see it has total calories, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, all that good stuff. And then as we come down, it also addresses minerals and vitamins. And this is really why we use this tracker versus some other ones that may be free and have more foods in them, but they're not broken down quite as specifically as they are on the USDA website. So, okay, On the assignment, we have some questions that we have to answer with these reports. So to make it simple, I'm going to export my report so that I can print it. I like PDFs a lot. They're really simple to use. I don't have to have Word or anything on my computer. So I'm going to come up here to the right-hand corner and click PDF, Export Report as PDF. So while that's working, comes up with a dialog box. In mine, this is on a Mac, but it's going to be very, very similar on a PC. I'm going to open with Adobe Acrobat Pro. Click OK. Stuff starts to pop up here. And in my downloads box, it shows that it downloaded. And I'm going to double click on that to open it up in Acrobat. Alright, it's a little bit out of the field of my recording here, but this is the nutrients report that I just exported from the Super Tracker. So you see we have the whole thing over 2 pages. Now personally, when I did this project, I wanted to print it out so I could just write the answers in and turn it in. To print, just go up to print on either Adobe Reader or Adobe Pro, whatever one works for you. So I'm going to minimize that for now. Now, after you made this first report, you're going to go in and make the report for the second day of food that you recorded. My second day was today. So I'm going to go for 10/21/2012, and I'm going to enter the same day in the next field, because remember, we're only going for a report on one day here. And then I'm going to click Create Report again. It's thinking, and voila. Here's my report for today. You can see again, we have vitamins, we have minerals, we have macronutrients up here, all good stuff. Alright, and again with this one, I'm going to export this as a PDF, just because that's how I roll. You can export it as an Excel file, a spreadsheet, or in Word. Personally, I just think it comes up really simple in Adobe, and that's why I use it, but it's totally your preference. Alright, again, clicking on PDF here, I choose to open with Adobe Acrobat Pro, and your PC will ask basically the same questions. And then voila, Adobe opens over here with my report for, oh, where'd it go? With my report for 10/21. So again, I have 2 pages here full of nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. I'm going to go ahead and print that off and use it to answer the questions in our worksheet. So that's really the hard part about this. It takes people sometimes a little time to catch up to how the Super Tracker, the search function works on it, especially with it not having a lot of stuff that you might eat like at home, like especially if it comes to home cooked foods. If I say wanted something like lasagna, let's see, I type it in there, we have a lot of options, and you just have to assume that mom's recipe or grandma's or something is similar to something that is listed here. So there is some estimation going on. But in total, it's actually, it comes pretty close. I think a student in Jessica's class got it to within 40 calories of what she tracked on MyFitnessPal. So that's pretty good. Now when you have your reports printed, the worksheet, the first question, asks you to list 3 to 5 nutrients that you consumed in excess. Well, I'll just bring my report back up here and look at nutrients that were in excess. And if it's in excess, it's going to say over here. Well, mine say okay, because mind you, I just put a few things in. But if you enter for a whole day, you'll have something here. Oh, here's one that says over. Okay. So I would list linoleic acid. And then here's another one. Oh, wait, no, there's just the one. Okay, so probably though if I had filled this in for the entire day, there would be a few. Any more down here? Nope. So anything that says over, you're gonna, whoop, darn it. Anything that says over, you're gonna list for question 1, at least 3. And then 1A is, is this excess good or bad? So in my case, alpha-linoleic acid, that's not a bad thing to have too much of. But if it's saturated fat or cholesterol, then we can say, okay, we know that saturated fat adds to deposits in the arteries. So that's a reason that that excess in that is bad. And then 1B, how can you improve your food choices? Again, if yours is something like saturated fat, then just choosing low-fat options, leaner meats, low-fat dairy, or improving the cooking method, like from frying to broiling or something, could be a really, really easy fix. For number 2, we're looking at nutrient deficiencies. So it says list 3 to 5 nutrient deficiencies. And these are ones that are going to say under in the status column. So my first one here would be protein. Another would be dietary fiber. We'd have under on calcium, potassium, and copper. Okay. It says 2A is why is this deficiency good or bad? I'll start with protein. Being under on protein, being under on protein can lead to lethargy. Being under on protein isn't good for muscle tone and muscle building. People who don't take enough protein are often tired, don't want to participate in a lot of activity. And if I'm looking at dietary fiber, being too low on that puts you at high risk for increased cholesterol and colon cancer and other issues of the digestive tract. Let's see, another one under on calcium. We know that calcium is important for bone health, so if I were to answer that question regarding calcium, I would say not having enough calcium can contribute to poor bone health. Very simple answers, but write them in a form that uses complete sentences and good grammar, because this is one of the biggest projects of your semester, and I'm going to grade on that. Okay, 2B, what foods specifically will help you meet your daily intake requirements? Well, if I'm looking at protein, I'm going to say more beans, legumes, dairy or meat products. If I'm looking at fiber, I'm going to say more fresh fruits and vegetables, or again, legumes would work in there as well. Or even some processed foods that are fortified with fiber, like the Fiber One cereals or snack bars. With calcium, I would say what foods would help me meet my calcium requirements would be, excuse me, some dairy or other products that are fortified with calcium. That's the best way to go on it. I might even say that I would take a calcium tablet or chew or something to get up to the daily recommended amount of calcium. So again, be specific, use full sentences, not hard questions, just take some time. Number 3 is summarize your reading patterns. And this kind of talks to your patterns between the weekday and the weekend. A lot of people would say I don't eat much on the weekdays, but I eat more on the weekends. A lot of people would say I eat on the go. Just describe your patterns, whatever is personal to you. And then at the bottom, number 4 is set 2 nutrition and 2 activity goals. Be SMART, S-M-A-R-T, the acronym that we use. So for this, I want you guys to use full sentences. Remember, with goals, it starts with I will, and then you state the goal. Okay? For nutrition, you could say I will increase my fruit intake to 3 servings a day for a month. With activity, I could say I will work out for an hour before class 4 days a week for the next 3 weeks. So put those down. They can be the same ones that you used before, but for the nutrition ones, try to base it on your results from this project. Let's see, with that, I think I'm finished here. Feel free to ask me any questions, and good luck on this. Do well.